Excuse me. All right. We're going to get a few baits done this morning. So, we got so much to make now. 2 stores. We got 2 stores that we got to stock. We got an online auction Thursday. And my new, check it out below. Bam, 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 bam. My new online store for Terrible at Fishing. So, we need to make lures, don't we? So, what we're going to do, we're going to make some ultralights. Do 6 of them. Because, it's a little bit of an inventory. And there it is. Hey, how you doing? Let me do a share. Anybody wants to come on? Let's see, extra share screen. No, I don't want to share screen. I want to invite, copy to clipboard. Booyah. There. And, yeah, I think that's it. All right. And then I can do this. Pin message. There you go. Hey, Craig. Hey, Dan. So, we got a lot of stuff we got to make. Hey, Lon. Hey. So, if you guys want to join, you can. We're going to only be on for about an hour and a half. Knock out some baits. So, later today, I'm going to do a video on my clear coats. I'm going to test their durability, basically. I've got an epoxy and I've got the KBS. So we're going to see which one is tougher later today. Always fun because I get to destroy a couple baits. And destroying things is always fun. So we're just taping off the bills on these right now. So these are ultralights. They do have a single knocker in them, which is really nice. Because you don't usually get, for one thing, ultralights, small, shallow divers, and you get a knocker. I mean, to be honest, us ultralight fishermen, we need stuff like this. We just need stuff like this. And we're going to go with a fairly simple pattern today. Look at that. All right, we're going to do 5 because that just broke off. Pretty simple pattern. We're going to make it real pretty. We need to go with sort of a shad pattern because, shad patterns always work. Shad patterns work. When a fish sees something silvery or white swimming through the water, it just thinks it's food. Hey, guys. It just thinks it's food. And so you're just going to catch more. Something that looks like a bait fish. Now, mind you, a lot of these things are sold to catch fishermen more than fish. Not us. Yeah. By the way, check out my new website. I've been working really hard on it. If you go to the top of it and hover over the shop button, you will get a drop-down menu. And the drop-down menu is really nice because you could shop by categories of my baits. Also, I put my books on there, and I put some apparel on there. I think that's it. Books, apparel, baits. But lots of categories of baits. Now we're going to add quite a bit of my ultralights because ultralight fishing is the most fun, and it's the one that we, as ultralight fishermen, are ignored by in the bait industry. So we're going to just lay down a nice light base to it. We want this to be as silvery, as beautiful as we can get. That's what we're going to need. These are going to be real pretty, very attractive baits for any fish, whether it be a trout, a crappie, a bass, whatever. Because this would be one of those good all-around baits. But you're going to need lighter gear for it. I need lighter gear, lighter line, which I just restrung my my ultralights, my BFS and the ultralight rod with lighter line. So, all right. So we got those all painted white. So now we will flash dry it. And we're going to take my pearl, platinum white, and we're going to take some transparent black. So these guys. So we're going to just put the pearl white, the platinum white on the bellies and up half the side. And then we're going to make a silver, which we will need some blue, because all silver has blue. I keep teaching people that. Hopefully they all learn that. Hey, Lauren. Oh, we got somebody in ours. Wait, oh, hey, wait. And we got Eddie. Good morning.
Hey, Mike. How you
turn
doing?
That volume up on this so I can hear you.
I'm finished for work this week.
I love Eddie.
The camera's not staying up, so I'm on my way in from work, so I'll block out the camera. How are you? How's you feeling?
I'm good. So it'll be a fun day. We're going to, we'll make that one a little smaller. There we go. And, I did a crazy thing, and I made an online store yesterday. So that's...
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm loving the new store.
Yeah, it's looking better. I know, I keep doing stuff, keep adding stuff. These will be on it. Huh? What's that?
It's looking great. It's looking really,
Thank
really
you.
good. And if they catch fish like I'm hoping they will, I might be buying some off you.
I gotta turn up the volume. Turn up the volume. Can't hear you over the airbrush. Everybody's up, I hope, in my house. They should be. So we're just going to paint the bottom of these this platinum white pearl. So listen, pearl finishes are so pretty. I ordered a bunch of new pearl finishes too. The entire set.
They look as good as ever, mate.
Yeah, it's just white now. But yeah, we're doing good. It's we're going to go to a big kite festival at the lake this weekend. It's on the ice.
Yeah.
And the kite festival.
That'd be cool. Make sure that you put your new shop up on my Facebook page, and I'll pin it to the top so people know where to go.
All right, cool. I put a mystery box special to sort of launch it. And
yeah, that'd be good.
So, yeah, put a few baits in there, sticker, things like that. Just, have fun.
Yeah.
And I've already sold something on it, so that's kind of fun.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
and then next week I'll be on Carol's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
She's so funny. She is so much like my oldest sister, or not my oldest sister, my middle sister. And oh my God, she's just as crude and funny as Grace is. It is so cool. That's why I get along with her. She's like, because I love my sister Grace. She's awesome.
Yeah, that's really good. Right, mate. It was only just a quick one to say hello. I'm just about to go shopping, so I will
drive safe.
I'll jump in later on.
All right, drive safe.
All right, mate. Take care. Bye, everyone in chat.
Drive safe. So now we're just putting a tad bit of blue in with this gray, because right now it's just gray. But add the blue, the gray becomes silver. I know. It's magic, actually. It really does change in its tone. Really, really cool. So now that we've got a nice silver pearl, we're going to paint the top half and backbone of these lures with it. I'm going to purge the line out. Get that silver. There we go. Get these. Oh, we got somebody. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll let you in. All right, we got somebody. We got another visitor. We got a visitor.
Afternoon, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing good. I mean, it's going to be a busy day for me. Hopefully, I can get my truck today. It's in the shop. So
That's good news.
I needed a new
Website is looking fantastic.
Huh?
I said the website is looking fantastic.
Oh, thank you very much. I've been working really hard on it. And then I'm kind of scared of it because it's all physical inventory. But I put my
it's looking good. I've just been on.
Oh,
and what I'll do, Mike, is every time I upload a fishing video onto YouTube, I'll also link your website onto it as well. Hopefully get you a few more sales.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you very much. Well, yeah. I'm just, to be honest, I'm just trying to make a little bit extra money to pay for my hobby and my fishing. My wife would greatly appreciate that.
I don't tell my wife, mate. I really don't. If she knew what I spent on fishing and camping gear, then yeah, she'd probably divorce me. It's probably not a bad idea, actually.
My wife figures it out about about a month later after she sees the bills.
Okay. So Lauren says they're coming to the lake this weekend, and are you going to be there?
I will be there tomorrow with my family because we're going to see the kite festival. I won't be fishing because I don't think my family would let me while we're at the kite festival. But my entire family and I will be at the lake tomorrow afternoon. The kite festival is beautiful. It is. They got 50 to 75 foot long kites that just fly over the lake. They're just absolutely
fantastic.
It looks like something out of Taiwan or China or something. It's really great.
Yeah.
You can see the
they're looking good.
Let's see. Let's get that. The white belly, and then onto the gray silver. Yeah, silverback. So what we're going to do now is just tint this a little bit more with the black, and continue to darken up the.
How's my little tail dancers coming along? You started them yet?
Your what?
My tail dancers.
Your what dancers?
The ones we talked about on the live. The tail dancers, the ones that we talked about on the live a couple of days back.
Oh, the
you're gonna make for me. The back ones.
The swim baits. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the saltwater. Yeah.
Well, I've got some coming in this week. So
excellent.
I mean, good. We're just going to do the front of these a little darker, so it sort of has this fade look. Again, these are very simple, but these are going to work really well in the water.
So where do you get the molds, Mike? Are they China?
These?
Yeah.
No. I get these from an American manufacturer. And these come from well, actually, he's a distributor, lurebuild.com, and James does a real good job of picking some really good baits, easy to paint. I've bought some that aren't so easy to paint, and these swim good and they look good. I love the scale patterns on them. So we're going to.
Yeah, they do look good.
Yeah, we're going to just do that, and then.
And what paints do you use? Are they just the same as any, what they use on like painting the model cars and airplanes?
Well,
stuff?
I use Createx paint. Use Createx paint. Now you can use like a regular cheap crafts paint, but it comes out like toothpaste, so you got to thin it. You may have to strain it. It's just a lot harder. I mean, it's a fraction of the cost, and sometimes I can get some really cool colors in it. But I just stick with Createx nowadays. I mean, it's simpler. They make great paint, and I ordered a bunch of Createx pearl paints, so they'll be coming in probably Monday. When that shipment I think is due here, and I'm going to be doing. I'm going to paint a lure for a competition, and this is it's going to be a topwater lure, and I think I'm going to do a frog pattern on it. So I need to sort of figure out my stenciling and make a topwater frog lure. And I think if I do that, I have a chance of winning. The contest, you win $250. So that would make my wife. Make my wife.
And what? And that'll be for what? Like pike?
What's that? Oh, no, bass. It'll be a bass.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it's a big one too.
Yeah, okay.
Bass love eating anything on the top water. It's my favorite way of catching a bass is top water. But I've never painted a frog, so I'm doing a lot of research right now on it before I get the bait. They send you the bait, and they send you the bait, and then and then you send it back to them after you are done painting it. And
sounds interesting.
Then the public votes on it. So
okay, and can you share the link so we can vote?
I you know what, they don't know. It's Dark Horse Tackle. You won't know what actually. You won't know which one is my bait. I don't think I can. I don't know how it's gonna. I don't know if I could do it online or not, because then you'll know which bait is mine. They like to have the anonymity of the painter on it, so it's more fair. Instead of having the guy that has 10,000 followers,
yeah, it makes sense. Makes it more fair.
I think they like they want it to be more, more fair, level.
Yeah, I've got you. Makes sense.
So, all right, so we got a beautiful silver. Now, beautiful silver, but it's missing something, isn't it? So we need to add a little something. We need to add a little something.
Now what we got? And do you make them patterns yourself as well, Mike?
What's that?
The patterns, do you make them yourself?
No, I wish I had a cutter. A cutter runs about, I think, $200 or $300. But if I did have a cutter, then yeah, I could cut anything I want. It would be cheaper, in the end, if this business decides to take off. Oh, you know what? Let's put a stripe. I want to make it a color stripe right down its side. That's what we're going to do.
Go for it.
We are going to...
Carl. Hey, Carl. Sorry, I didn't see you come on. How are you?
Hey, Lauren. Hey. Tasha's here.
Yeah.
Carl. Tasha's here.
Hey, Tasha.
You know what? No, we're not going to do that. We're going to take... We're just going to add just a tad bit of yellow down its center line. And, I mean, really, really a tad bit of yellow. That's what we're doing. In order to add just a little color to this, we're going to add yellow. We might do some transparent blue. I don't know. We'll see what the yellow looks like. But yeah, I'm real excited about the website. I mean, it's kind of fun. All right, so this is going to be.
It looks good.
I'm talking really little bit. Really little. So little. Just enough to give it.
Looking good. Right, Mike, I'm gonna jump off. I've got to finish a bit of work and go in and sort the dogs out. So I will leave you to it, and I will speak to you a bit later. You take care, buddy.
Thanks for jumping on.
See you soon. No worries, buddy. You take care. Bye-bye.
All right, so that is about as little yellow as you could possibly put on a lure. So we're going to add just a little bit of, we're going to wash that out. I know, wasted 2 whole drops. Not really, because it adds just enough color to it. And then we're going to add a little bit of blue. That's what we're going to do, because I feel like it. It's a beautiful thing about me, and when you're painting, you just, the mood hits you. feel blue, you make blue. Take some transparent blue. And then run it up on the back shoulders of this bait. Just a little bit. And we're talking just like what we just did with yellow. We're going to take 2 drops of blue for 5 baits. I know. 2 drops? What? You got to be insane. There we go. All right. So, just a little bit. I mean, I'm barely pressing down on the trigger or pulling back on the trigger to release blue. So, I mean, just a little bit. Just to give it sort of a sheen. And you think about, my custom baits, or any custom bait. I mean, unless it's just a bone white, really, give a little color under its chin, under the chin. But see that, and I don't know if you guys really can't see it very well, can you? But that yellow and blue is just enough to give it a little bit more realism. And that is a good looking bait. That's a good looking bait. I know you're thinking, Mike, I can barely see that because you're overblown in lighting, the camera, things like that. But take my word for it, that's a good looking bait. No. All right. Let's clean this out so that our 2 drops actually did really, really well. Yeah, like I said, we're trying to. When you guys go to my website, a lot of those baits, are 1 or 2 or 3. I mean, choose your baits wisely. Now, I do have a special to where if you buy my mystery box, which is 3 baits and a sticker, of course, because you got to have a sticker. You just got to have a sticker. Everybody needs a terrible at fishing sticker. And if you do that, I'll send you, tell me where you live, and I will make sure, well, actually, I'll know by your address where you live, and I'll make sure that you have sort of the right baits for your area. So I won't be stocking. Everybody will get different baits. Everyone will get different baits. So you will have a unique box. I did put my books and apparel, although the apparel is print on demand. And in China right now, it's Chinese New Year's. Now, I've been to China during Chinese New Year's. It's awesome. But the entire country shuts down for 2 weeks. So if you order anything from China, ain't nobody working in China right now. Nobody. As of this weekend, it's done for 2 weeks. It's a true national siesta. Everybody's just Taiwan, go to the Lantern Festival, which is the celebration of the end of a new year and the beginning of a new one. It's fantastic. The sticker's $3. $3, and you don't have to pay for shipping if you just buy stickers and you stick it in an envelope. So it's just a stamp. So $3 whole. I have not put that on my website because I want people to buy something. I got 50 more stickers coming next week. So these look really good. So we're going to put some eyes on them and then hang them up with these, because I wait until I get a bunch in order to mix my epoxy. And we got 5 lipless and top water walking bait. And then we've got these 5 ultralights. So very cool. Very cool, because I love ultralight fishing. Nothing more fun than ultralight, especially ultralight topwater fishing. Oh my gosh. And I do make those baits. Ultralight topwater fishing is probably the quintessential fun of fishing. Because, I mean, when that bass comes up out of the water, hits it, and you have to tire it out. You can't muscle it in. That's the beauty of ultralight fishing, because you're working with 4-pound tests. You're not working with 40-pound tests, which I have on my other rods. 40-pound tests, so you can just muscle it in. I mean, just set that hook and then bam, pull. But for ultralight fishing, you're working with 4-pound tests and a rod that is really skinny. You just got to wear it out. I mean, a smallmouth bass could take you 20 minutes to pull in with an ultralight rig, and I've had that. I mean, that's a 3-pound, just a 3-pounder. They just take. I mean, a smallmouth bass is the best fighting fish in our waters. Probably the most exciting jumper in our water is a trout. Those things. I've had a trout clear the water 3 or 4 feet. They launch like a rocket out of, like a missile out of a submarine. I mean, they just go up. I mean, that's fun to watch, but yet the likelihood of him getting off the hook when he clears the water is high. It creates slack, and trout bite. You use really small hooks, like number 10s or smaller, and they have a chance of removing the hook. So these are beautiful. They really are very pretty. I love the hint of yellow and blue on the silver, and just really a nice, simple, not necessarily the easiest pattern, because you got to be real dainty with it, but put some eyes on it. We got to put eyes on these too. Put eyes on these too. We need some paper clips. Paper clips. Hey, this is my old towel workstation. Oh, I like the silver eyes. I'm going to go with the silver eyes, I think. These. Let me make sure this is the right size. Perfect. All right. Woo. There it is. They are pretty. Just that hint of blue and yellow makes all the difference on that silver. Yeah, it really does. And then, important to stick your and your tongue on your lower lip and not breathe. When you do that, all things are easier. You let the glue release on its own. You can't pull it away, or else you will just get glue all over your bait. So it's got to release all on its own. But this, again, tongue, lower lip, very important. Tongue, lower lip. Now, we take a toothpick and we take this, slide it off of the tweezers, and put the eye in the little hole. And you try to do this so fast to where the glue won't dry because you've got very little glue. And it's just a fraction of a drop. Remember, tongue, lower lip. Tongue, lower lip. Very important. One more. I'm going to do the other side. This is a silver shad pattern. Nothing, you would think it's not real fancy, but it isn't really fancy. There's no stenciling or anything like that on it. But, with the eye always adds really cool life to it. Is that thing even focusing? There we go. You can see that yellow and blue. So now we flip these guys over. And we do the other side. Without gluing everything to my very expensive towel. So our wedding anniversary is next month. It's actually almost a month away. 35 years. 35 years. Now, glue. Oh, we gotta do those two. We gotta do those two. Just hanging on, it's just hanging on. Two eyes, two eyes. See there. Two eyes. I told you guys about the Grimm's fairy tale. You ever look it up? Look up Grimm's fairy tale. The story of one eyes, two eyes, and three eyes. Always was one of my favorite stories growing up. Now, out of all the Grimm fairy tales that I could like, you've probably never heard of that one besides from me. But it's a great story. I'm sort of the oddball out. The oddball wasn't the one eye or two eye or three eyes. It was the one, two eyes. He was the oddball of the family. He was made fun of. All right. Bam. Those look really good. I mean, just, I think this is deceiving, where people will actually, what happened to Daz? What am I missing? What's wrong? What happened? Who fell off their bed? What happened, Darren? When I was a kid, this scar right here, I have a scar right here. I have another scar you can't see up there, but I fell off my bunk bed when I was younger. I wonder if that's what happened. Yeah. And I ended up, I was knocked out. And I got stitches on my face and then on my skull. Because, a lot of blood. Freaked my mama out. But look, I'm normal. No brain damage. Well, I do have brain damage. I don't think it's because of that. So, I hope he's okay, buddy. I really do. Yeah, I really do. Good thing is he's probably young enough where he won't remember much of it. But I ended up getting stitches, quite a few stitches in my head. We were just jumping on the bed, having a good old time. And fell off. Hit my head. So I hope he's okay. All right, I need eyes. Sort of green bait, so we're going to go with, see what I got in green. It's a really cool color. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, we'll go with that. I hope he's okay, Darren. I really do. Yeah, it's just, we. Chicks did scars, so he gets a scar out of it. Just tell the girls that ask about it what happens. Shark attack. I always use shark attack. I always say shark attack because it's. The one thing that's super cool. Shark attack. Oh my God, you're so brave. Yeah, it was close one. It was close. But, drowned it in the shallows. Always drown it in the shallows after you fight it. Sounds more realistic. Steer it into the shallows. Of course, after you get the scar. hope he's okay, buddy. I hope he's okay. Like I said, I survived my bed drop. So hopefully. And I don't even, I mean, I remember playing up there when I was probably, I don't know, 5 years old. I was probably 5 when that happened. A bunch of us just jumping up there. And then I fell. I don't even remember, to be honest, I lost a day or two. Because I don't remember the hospital. I don't remember the stitches. Probably because I was so young. Yeah. It's that one. Eyes always do really cool things to a baby. When you add eyes, it adds life. Him. All right, so we got the B. B. All right, so we're going to add. That is a wild looking eye. Let's see what that looks like. Too wild. Yep, we're just going to go red. Red is cool. All right. And then we're going to make epoxy. We're going to epoxy these things. Because I have enough baits to clear coat. Enough baits to clear coat. I just hate wasting epoxy. Epoxy is expensive, guys. Like I said, later today, we get to destroy some baits. We'll do that about early this afternoon. Hopefully I get good news about my truck. And that's a cool looking. Oh, again, very silver. Although I put the false eye on this one, didn't do it on those. So very cool. I mean, those are gorgeous. Again, you guys can buy my lures on my website or join me on Carol's auction next week on Thursday. And we will definitely, she thinks I'll sell a bunch. I hope she's right. You know, I really do. I hope she's right. Because if she's right, that'll, again, make my wife very happy. So we want to, happy wife, happy life, right? All right. Now we mix. We mix our epoxy. He sells this in gallons now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, squeeze this baby stuff. This stuff is so thick, the epoxy portion. Just a few milliliters is all you need total. So 1.5 milliliters each. It's 1-to-1. It definitely gives your arms a workout, your hands a workout. Okay, Tasha. Well, thank you for staying. Keep Darren's boy in our prayers. Boys will be boys. I mean, we think we're indestructible growing up. Tell you, those black ones, this thing's really going to kick. Yeah, it'll be awesome when we clear coat those two. Because that blue is just going to pop. It's called a black magic pattern. Black magic pattern. One of the most successful patterns I have for catching big bass. Well, if he's got a concussion, you do throw up when you have a concussion. So if the little guy's got a concussion, which more than likely he does, but kids bounce back. I've had, I hate to tell you guys, I played football. I've had a lot of concussions. That's before good equipment was invented. And then, of course, I was a kid in a world without electronics. We played outside. We broke our legs. We broke our arms. We broke our heads. What we did. And I've had a very successful life. No regrets. No. I have no regrets. Great kids, great wife. Had a great career. And look what I'm doing now. I'm fishing and making lures. I've written my share of books. I put 3 of them on my website, FYI. A business book and my science fiction books. I won't put my autobiography on it. I wrote that for my family for the most part. I mean, it's a fun book. It really is a very fun book to read because I had a very fun upbringing. Best mom, for me anyway. She was tough. I mean, she's a Sicilian mafia gal, raised on the streets raised in street, with street games and stuff. I mean, my mama was tough. I mean, she was a bartender, so was a bar kid. Or what do you call it in England? A bartender. You call them bartenders? No, because they have pubs. Is it a pub tender? I don't know. What do you call a bartender in England? That's what my mom was. Whatever you call them. You got to stir this for 3 to 5 minutes if you're wondering why I'm still stirring it. Waiting for somebody to tell me what a bartender is called in England. You would have loved my mom if you met her. She was funny woman. Unapologetically funny. She would have never survived in this political correct world that we live in today. She would have told, just go to you know where. She wouldn't care. Wouldn't have. She had thick skin. She expected you to have thick skin. Okie dokie. Almost another minute. And we've got 5, 10 lures to clear coat. 10 lures to clear coat. There we go. All right. Let's grab a disposable brush. Did you really? Thanks, Carl. Thank you very, very much. You just made my wife and me happy. Okay, so we're going to we're going to clear coat this. This is a walking bait in the Black Magic pattern. You're going to see this thing, the blues just pop right now. It's going to look wet, and it dries this shiny too. Really does. This epoxy, you just paint it on, and the bubbles will work their way out, as well as any brush marks. It's self-leveling. Now, it's important when you paint. I did do a video on this. When you paint this pattern, the belly has to be, well, not black. Because I'm not exactly sure why it works so well, but this color combination works really, really well. And whether it's the belly, so you can see the belly. So it's a beautiful pattern. It really is. And, so we're going to hang this up here onto my draw and rack. And we're going to take the other Black Magic. And we're going to paint the clear coat on it. See that belly? See how bright it is? It's real important when you paint a Black Magic in order to create that brilliant belly. Even though the blade's black, the bait is black with those blue stripes, I really believe it's the belly that really gets the fish's attention on top of the pattern. So it's important when you paint this to make sure that belly is not black. Now, Sixth Sense, who created this pattern, they use a color shifting paint on the belly. I was corrected one day. I think I came off a little rude to the poor guy, because he's never commented on any of my posts ever again. Didn't mean to. But that, again, such a pretty bait. Such a pretty bait. All right, let's get these guys. Now this is a silent lipless crank. And a lot of guys, when we think of lipless cranks, we think of a rattle trap, like the one I just got done doing. It's got BBs in it. It just makes a lot of noise. And the fish, bass are smart. One of the smartest fish you'll ever try to catch. And they kind of clue in on that. if you use a rattle trap too often, it recognizes the noise, whether the color is changed or not, with getting caught. So there's that one. Very cool. Another very cool bait. So you got by switching it up, you increase your odds. I fish with 5 rods in my kayak, one at a time, of course. And so when one loses its efficiency, I switch over to another one in order to, give the fish something else. And by doing that, I get more hits. And I can keep the bite on for a longer period of time. Try to get all the spots. That'll be a real good bait. Let me see, make sure I got the bottom on this. I did. Okay, just making sure. Last one of these silent ones. These are not very big ones. These are only 2 inches, but they are almost a ½ ounce. So these things will cast a huge distance, which allows you to cover more water. And even though it's silent, as it swims through the water, these do, by disturbing the water, they will make noise in the water. The disturbance of the water underneath the water will cause a vibration in the water. So all right, let's do this beautiful shad. This is a really pretty shad. Now, this one, I actually added more blue to it, so you can really see that blue hue. To it. Really, very, very pretty. Very pretty. Now, one thing about lipless cranks. Lipless cranks are made to bounce off of rocks and debris. So you want to make sure that the nose is covered really, really well. And then maybe a couple coats in order to give it that real durability. And that, oh my gosh, that's a beautiful lure. Look at that. A real pretty lure. All right, now let's do the ones we did today. These are just a minnow. These babies, these will catch, because these things will shoot through the water, and the bass are just going. Not just bass. Trout will hit this too. It's just crappie will hit it. This is a great all in one type of lure. And this is one of the types of lures that I will give away to children, because they'll catch something with it. Because everybody will catch something with this. But that, it's beautiful. I know. Lacks humility. But I still think it's great. When you paint these, it is art. Very affordable art. If you ever saw my wall behind me over by the bait wall, you'll find one of my pieces of art that I did. It's a cheap brush. The bristles are coming off. In that piece, if you were to buy it, $400 or $500, because it's mounted on plexiglass. It's real shiny. But when I painted that, or when I created that piece, when I created that piece, it means something to me. Personal. So, man, those look really good. Those look really good. All right. This for an ultralight. I'm going to do lots of these. Because personally, it's not that hard to do, but it is. This is going to be a winner. I'll tell you, if you guys, the people who get my mystery box, you won't be disappointed. You just won't. So if you do buy my mystery box, I will make sure that you are a very happy camper. Finish up pretty soon, so it looks like my timing will be just about right. Be somewhere at 10 my time. So 9:20 right now. We'll finish these up. Yeah. I don't know, you guys. I know it's hard for you to see. When I do the bill on them, because epoxy just makes it harder. And the you can bounce these things off of debris too. So that it's just so pretty. It's a really good looking bait. And sometimes not getting fancy is the best way to go. Simple does work. It's like a worm. Okay? Worms work. It's not like fish got really smart on us. Worms work. These are just more fun to fish with than a worm. That's for sure. You get reaction bites, so as this thing swims through the water, the fish hit it out of pure instinct. It's not like they see it and say, "Oh, look at that. Wonder what that is. Oh, it looks fake to me." No. They just see it and they hit it. But that really is a beautiful, beautiful bait. And I know it's simple, but effective. And that is the best way to make a bait. All right? Well, depends on the lure, Carl. The a lure will, like those black ones, those take about an hour to do. They require layers, stenciling, masking, stuff like that. The ones we just did, we knocked out 5 in a little over an hour, which was really nice. It just depends on the lure. It takes 3 days for that clear coat we just put on to cure. And then you can use them. Then I'll put the split rings on them. I'll put the hooks on them. And they'll be ready to be used. But until then, they just hang up here in front of my dryer. And they just wait. I just wait for them. So with that, those look really good. We did good. We did really good. So I'm very, very happy with those. Those will be really good to put on my. Yes, and thank you, Carl. I'll see that in a second, and we'll get those shipped out to you. So hopefully my truck will be here today, and we can make shipments. It's like another shipment I have to send out too. But you will not be disappointed. I'm not sure what you bought, but if you got the mystery box, believe me, put something really cool in there for you, if that's what you got. So, all right, guys, I am going to do the outro, and we'll see you guys probably later today, because we're going to destroy a couple baits. How much fun is that? We're going to destroy a couple baits today. See who's tougher. Look at that. I'm going to drop my chair.